learning, discussion, respect, integrity, truth, science, and discovery. Welcome to my Paranormal Soapbox. Hello, and welcome to my Paranormal Soapbox. I'm your friendly neighborhood ghost hunter, Justin Brown, and we're doing episode 39. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know what you guys wanted out of this live stream, but you're going to get what you asked for. Okay, we got Jess and Melissa, aka Missy, here with us as always. So, girls, are you wondering what the hell I'm going to talk about?
I think I know what you should talk about first.
What's that?
I need a tutorial on how to cook mac and cheese and not set the cooking on fire.
You set mac and cheese on fire?
No, you did. You set a box on fire, didn't you?
Yeah, I forgot to turn a burner off, and I set the box to the cheese on fire. So don't set cardboard boxes on burners, and that won't happen.
I heard Christy laugh in the background.
Yeah, she almost died. I'm sitting here, and I'm trying to stir the noodles and the cheese, melt the cheese, and do all that. And I got this piece of shit fucking plastic spoon. And you know, when you go to stir shit with it, it bends. It doesn't stir worth a damn. So I'm pissed, irritated, and she just comes up behind me. Justin! It's on fire! It's on fire! And it scares the holy Jesus crap out of me. And I'm sitting here freaking out, going into a seizure. Not knowing. I did. I was literally like, I freaked out for a second. So, you know, of course she's dying laughing. And, yeah, I burn a hole in the box.
I have pictures.
Of the box?
Yes.
So it did happen. There's proof.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did burn a hole in a
pictures.
box. I did. So, yeah, here we go. Starting off the show to amuse my wife. She's laughing hysterically in the living room again. It's never a dull moment, I guess.
Derek just asked her if she was rolling in laughter. She was rolling because she's still on fire.
Sometimes she gets to laughing so hard, like, I think that she needs medical attention. She can't breathe. She can't stop laughing. She starts crying. It's pretty funny. But, we got a lot going on that a lot of the, you know, people who follow us and watch the show and like the stuff that we do in the paranormal field really haven't been updated on in depth. So that's what we're going to do from the rip. We're going to talk about what we're trying to finish for season 5 of the YouTube series, Portals to the Past, why it's been delayed, what's up with Man vs. Paranormal. Matt Benton is on his way right now. He is in a car with all of his crap packed into it. He can't see anything but his side mirrors in front of him. He's driving through snow-capped mountains right now, going through the Rockies. So we expect to see him in 3 days, Thursday or Friday. He's got a funeral to go to. His grandmother passed away. God to rest her soul. So this Saturday, Derek, Missy, me and Josh, they're all coming to my house and they're staying the entire weekend. And we need to get some stuff done. And we're going to have some production meetings and all kinds of stuff. But before I get into that, we're going to talk about why Portals of the Past is not the last 2 episodes. Monroe House was not intended to be a Portals of the Past episode. That's why it's not included in that. It wasn't shot to be in that format. I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough footage. There was some people that were formerly in the group that didn't want their identities used in our videos, so we had to cut them out entirely. And so since other members were in Interface Death investigating with them, we couldn't use the footage, so I had to salvage what I could. But it seemed like a lot of people liked it. Now we have Thornhaven Manor and Randolph County Infirmary. Those are the last 2 episodes we're going to produce and put out there. Now this Saturday, we're going to do interviews with Josh to get the last part of the interview stuff that we need for Randolph County Infirmary, which is episode 4. Once I do that, it'll take me a week. I'll get the rest of the footage edited up, and that will be released. I will premiere that, so it'll be like a live video, but it'll be like a premiere on YouTube and Facebook. I am wanting to do some special stuff for the patrons, some early releases of production stuff, but we may not see that until next YouTube season. To upgrade Restream and to do it the way we want to do it, we're going to need a little bit more funding because it jumps up considerably in price for the Restream package. So it is what it is. We'll have to wait for that. But once we get Thornhaven Manor done, we only have Randolph County Infirmary to do. And I'm looking forward to doing that one. We got a lot of good footage with that, and there were some things that happened, and we want to get it out there. It's a cool location. And we need to do the interviews with Derek, Misty, myself, and Josh for that whole in episode. So that'll take another 2 to 3 weeks to do. We're already like 9 or 10 minutes into it. We got some viewers. I see 15 on Facebook. Do you want to do some shout outs real quick?
I can do that.
Okay.
I have Becky Compton. I have Jamie Hunt. I have Daniel Everson. I have Derek Schreiner. I have Bill Davis. I have Christy Brown. I have RJ Murphy. I have Paranormal Reporter. And I have Heather Elliott and Josh Fritz.
Josh Fritz. Do you know Josh Fritz?
Yeah, he works with Derek.
Okay. He looked like he knew you, but I wasn't sure who he was. Thanks for joining us, Josh, and everybody else who usually joins in and supports us. We appreciate that. Who we got on YouTube? Anybody on YouTube?
Yes, we have Raw Uncut. Joe and Anna is the only ones that's commented so far. There's more viewing, but they're being quiet.
And Josh Bender just jumped on for me.
Slacker.
Yeah, there is some cool stuff coming out for Deadlight, some cool new features and things that we've been trying to develop. We will talk about that. If you have any questions for me, any question, me, for Jess, for Missy, for anybody, ask away. I am an open book. I don't care what you ask. If you want to joke around and have some fun, by all means, let's do that. It's going to be a laid-back episode. It's going to be 2 hours long. This is for you guys. I'm not going to sit there and get up on my soapbox and lecture you guys. This is more like a shoot from the hip type show. I'm going to try to give every little tidbit of information to you guys. So we have 2 more episodes to edit and get out there to complete the Portals of the Past YouTube series. Now, the production value for that YouTube series had went up tremendously since last season because we got Josh Bender, Derek, and Missy on board, and they invested a lot of money and time and effort and their own passion into what I was trying to do, and it just went through the roof, as you could tell. What we're going to try to do for season 6, it's officially called Interface Death Reborn. Derek Schreiner had the idea of calling the new season A New Beginning. I thought that I would try to kind of make it sound a little bit more flashier, a little bit more Interface Death style. So we voted on Reborn. And what that pretty much means is we got rid of some members, some quit. Matt Benton's coming on. We're upping the production value and pushing the envelope and what we're capable of doing on the production and more. The storytelling is going to go up. The cinematography and quality rather, of the video is going to go up. We're going to do all 4K. We have invested in all 4K cameras. We got all the brand new audio equipment we need for the production quality that we're looking for on the audio end. And the way we're going to do things is going to be cool. We're going to do more of a travel doc, follow doc, like edit, to where you're going to see the journey of everybody traveling to those locations, because there's stories there that are not being conveyed and told in the videos that we have been producing enough, not nearly enough. It's been kind of starting off as we get there and so on, what we think of the locations, but we're going to kind of bring out more detail of the story of our journey. We're going to open our doors a little bit more to you guys and give you more of a, as you say, I can't think of the word right now, a richer experience when it comes to the storytelling. This is pretty much what we're going to do. If you ever watched, the Travel Channel or some Wanderlust documentaries where people are traveling around and vlogging and telling stories that way, it's going to be like that a lot. And there's going to be some more voiceover. People are, we're going to go a little bit more internal. You're going to hear, what people's thoughts are edited in with the, the editing of the video and the visuals. So it's going to be cool. You're going to see a noticeable difference in the storytelling and a noticeable difference in the quality of the production. We're trying to, up the ante and get better and better each time we go out and do things. The locations are cool. Okay. We are trying to do different locations, and ones that aren't, some that are done a lot, some aren't quite done so much. March 30th, we're going to start off with Rhodes Hotel in Atlanta, Indiana. It's a small hotel. It's very historic, a lot of rich history. It's very active, according to a lot of people I have talked to and others have talked to that's been there. So we're looking forward to doing that for the very first episode of season 6. The next one, we got March, April. We got the Anchorage in Marietta, Ohio. That is not as well known in the Parafield. It kind of reminds you of Thornhaven mixed with Prospect Place. Rich history. It looks like it's an Intagliante style architecture, middle 1800s. It's got a tragic story, as most of those places do, because even though you're rich and have money, you're not resilient to tragedy back then. You could just die at the drop of a hat. People just dropped like flies back then. So you got this nice house, you just get built, and all of a sudden, boom, you're dead. So a lot of people still haunt those places because they didn't want to leave them so early. I believe that. Now, there's, of course, other layers of history we're going to explore. So that would be in April. May, we are going to be at Old Licking County Jail. Now, that is a little bit more notorious. It's been on TV, but that place is through the roof with activity, especially in one area that you'll discover. We're going to investigate more. It's like a mini Mansfield prison, Ohio State Reformatory. Very cool place. Now, after that, we are going, June, we go to, what did we book? It's hard to remember all these.
Did we have anything in June?
Yes, Madison.
Yeah, Madison Seminary. Thank you. It's for some reason it's kind of hard to keep track of all these. I got them written down. Jess has got them written down. Everybody's got them written down. Madison Seminary is in northern Ohio, up by Lake Erie. And if you haven't heard about Madison Seminary, it's a location that's been reborn itself. Adam Kimmel and the Mad Factory, as I like to call them, have resurrected that place and made it something really special. So we get to go out there and do our thing at Madison Seminary. And we just booked a really neat location for July. We do Gettysburg Battlefield Bash in July. So that's going to be a cool event. But we're going to Fox Hollow Farm in Carmel, Indiana in July. And that, if you don't know what that is, there's a guy named Herb Baumeister or something. I probably said that name wrong, but he's a serial killer that they never convicted because he fled to Canada and killed himself before he went to trial. But he killed dozens of people. Half the people he killed was at his home, and he buried him in his backyard. And
Most of them were men.
Yeah. That was a serial killer that, he was homosexual or bisexual, however you want to say it, and to hide the evidence of his own, homosexuality. Kind of like a John Wayne Gacy case where, they're ashamed and all of a sudden like, oh, well, I don't want anybody to know I'm gay. I don't want to come to terms that I'm gay. I'm just going to kill you. And that's really, really freaky. So that's going to be a different type location that we usually do. It's not going to be a creepy location. This is a very beautiful mansion, okay? And it's not a typical location we do, but the story is fascinating. So if you can go to a location where there's a serial killer spreading bones everywhere, they have not identified all the victims, and he also killed a bunch of people in I-70 in Indiana. I think that's in Indiana, or is it in Ohio? Can't remember. I have to research. You'll find out when the episode comes out, but that's going to be very interesting. So we have half of 2019 already booked, and we need to book the other half. We're going. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, John Cole wanted to know if you're going to the Moundsville Paracon in July.
I don't know. We're going to the Bash in July. We can't do 2 events in a month. I know they had something going on, I think, in March that Steve wanted me to come to, and Josh can't make it. You and Josh are going up to Ohio when that's going on. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
Because what other events? What other events going? We're doing Gettysburg?
We're going to go to Gettysburg. We haven't booked Mothman Festival yet, but we plan to go there. We want to make it to the Mid-South Paranormal Convention that Keith Age puts on. Mm-hmm. We're waiting for those dates to come out. And maybe SuperCon. I don't know about SuperCon yet, but that's been in the talks, and that's November at Posttown Elementary, Middletown, Ohio. So if you're in those areas, just make sure to go to Interface Death, subscribe to the mailing list. You'll get all the updates and newsletters. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. We're going to keep everybody updated on what we're doing. So if you're in the area where we're going to a convention, we're going to be in Pennsylvania, Ohio for conventions. If there is something in Indiana that we can do, if it's free or if it's not too much money, we may do that. Going to events and conventions are very expensive, especially if they're far away. We have to buy a whole bunch of merchandise. We have to pay for hotels and travel costs. It's just insanely expensive. Everything we do is expensive, so any support helps. So hopefully we can go out there. The main thing is we want to go out there and meet as much people as possible in the parafield and people who are interested in paranormal that live in the area that travel to those locations. Any questions yet?
No,
I don't have any. Joe said, "See you at Mid-South."
Yeah, he usually goes to that. He usually goes to Fear Fest, but we're not interested in that. That's changed too much, and if you're not a celebrity or a horror fanatic, you might as well not go. I know a lot of people that we'd like to meet go to that Paracon, but we're not going to be there.
I did have Sandy Griffith on too. She was on last night, and I forgot to shout her out, so I'm shouting her out for both one night.
She rarely misses any live stream. I see her on all the live streams I watch.
Yeah. Sam Thomas joined and Craig Williams as well.
Hi guys. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, this weekend, I know Jess won't be there, so are you excited to come, Missy?
Yeah.
Think we'll get anything done?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Why?
Because the Braxton's beer come out last weekend, and he's stopping to buy some before he.
Is it the chocolate raspberry ice cream beer?
Yes.
Oh God, that shit's so good. I can't drink a lot of it. I can't. I can't really get drunk off beer, even if it's good beer or 7% beer. I have to hit something harder.
Well, yeah. I've got a whole bottle of Kahlua in the cabinet I can bring with me.
Nah, I'm good. But yeah, we're going to do some interviews. I actually want to do some green screen stills too for some of the graphic design work that we'll be doing. We'll also be filming
I
some
hope you step
stuff.
on a Lego.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. But we're going to be shooting this weekend and March 30th at Broad's Hotel for the promo for season 6. We're going to try to do a really good promo. You know, we're trying to flex our muscles on the promo too. So that won't come out until April-ish. You know, I could just throw something together, but I want it to be with the group. I want to get group shots. You know, I want to get everybody in the same scene instead of just showing, you know, people individually at random places at random times. I want to see what we can come up with there. But yeah, we're gonna try to do some stuff. Now the live streaming is going to get revamped too. We've upgraded to 1080p live streaming for when we can. Facebook won't let you live stream at 1080, but YouTube will, and our website will let us. If we get up to around $150 a month on Patreon, we will upgrade our Restream account and we will stream custom RTMP to the website and Death Trippers on Facebook for just exclusive stuff, behind the scenes, the stuff that, you know, only, you know, Patreon supporters and people who subscribe to the VIP live stream on our website get to see. I hope that happens because I do not want the Patreon supporters have to pay $2 a month to see the VIP live streaming. I want them to have that just for being, you know, a Patreon. So hopefully that happens. We only need, I think, let's see here. If we, do I have a, I don't have a, I'll have to add a desktop capture here. Go to the left monitor. Whoa, that's big. So funny.
Josh said that you were going to do glamour shots for us. And Derek said, F yeah, Josh, you can put your beard on my head and make it look like I have hair.
You need to, with Josh's beard, like put the little fan on it so it's like
blowing in the wind.
Yeah, blowing in the wind.
So if you're looking at this right now, here, I'll make it full screen. It's kind of hard to see in this little box. If you're looking at this now, we have 15 patrons, 132 a month. So if that reaches 150, I will pay for this right here. We'll go to Restream and we'll go down here to close this. I'll let you know exactly what I need here. Analytics chat. Go here. Billing. Let's see. See if it's in here. Payments. No, it's not in there. I just want to show you this, guys. If I can find it. It's the I can't remember where it is. Update payment, no. Set up, no. Count. It's not showing me where I can upgrade it. I don't know where it is right now. Let's see if it's somewhere else. Scheduler, analytics, chat, multi-screening, logout, billing, settings. Not in settings. Huh. I don't know where it is. I don't even know where to go to upgrade this stuff, so we'll go back to Restream. Maybe it's on this page. I don't think so. I think it's $50 a month. It's $50 a month for the upgrade. We're currently paying $20 a month for that, so there we go. That's what we're shooting for.
I have a question. Craig wanted to know if you have ever seen a UFO.
No. Nope, have never seen one. Thank God.
That's what you're scared. You're scared of them, aren't you? Like you're like, I mean, who really technically wouldn't be, but that's like one of your.
Yeah, my mom used to tell me nightmarish stories about them when I was little. How they, abduct you, dissect you, cut you all up, put you back together, do experiments on you. They steal children and eat them for an aphrodisiac, all that stuff.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't care for them at all.
Bill wants to know what the $50 does.
See if I can bring it up. Let's see if I can just Google it. Restream packages. Okay, here we go. I found it. It's under pricing. Why couldn't I navigate to that? Okay, professional is $49 a month. Let's see if I can blow this up a little bit more. You have 3 Facebook channels or custom RTMP. Now, the website, you have to have a custom RTMP to stream to the website. Facebook, you have to have custom RTMP. So, if we can't just go from 1 to 2 RTMP channels, we have to go to 1 to 3. So, we have to jump to the $49 a month one. We get 3 doubling, but that won't help us. So we can do the VIP on our website, and we can do Facebook on any page or any group anywhere on Facebook. So what the plan is to do Death Trippers. Like sometimes we'll live stream our meetings, sometimes we'll live stream on location, to give updates on what's going on when nobody else knows what the hell's going on. Actually really good updates, like showing them around more. We're going to, give more exclusive content. And the way we want to do it is we want to make it available for people who aren't patrons that just want to pay $2 a month just for that perk. But we don't want the patrons paying for it. Pay more, $2 a month more.
Oops.
But right now they would have to get the VIP subscription. If you go to here, Interface Death.
Vanessa Hogo apparently loves us because she just jumped on too.
She loves everyone.
She does.
If you go to videos, you can come down here to this VIP channel. All the way at the bottom. Right here. And as you can see, it's $1.99 a month to subscribe to it. And most of them, all the video streams that we're going to do are free. Like this, for example, this was our last one. And we did a live review of Randolph County Infirmary, just raw data that we got. And this is the kind of stuff that's there. Like we do raw data reviews, we do on-site location stuff. We're going to do all kinds of cool stuff. And we're going to try, any suggestions too on exclusive stuff when it comes to video and just updates. I'm open to.
Joseph McCarthy just joined.
What's up, Joe? Long time no chat. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Don't lie. I know you'll knock somebody the fuck out if they piss you off.
Who are you talking about?
Vanessa.
Oh.
Don't you see her knocking somebody out?
Well, absolutely. That's why I want to be friends with her.
Jess is rough. Like, she wants to fight you. She wants to fight people.
Who?
You. You're violent.
No, I'm not.
Sure. Get some alcohol in you and you're going to DDT somebody from the top turnbuckle.
I calmed down a lot. We won't talk. The show's not about me, Justin. Quit.
So, yeah, real quick, right back to this website. We pay almost $400 a year for this website. If you go home, pretty much gives you the menus here, and there's this strip here to let you know about Patreon, our store, what we're about. You can contact us, learn about the members. It gives you kind of quick references to all these pages. But we've spent a lot of time and money on this website. We constantly update it. Anytime you can go and subscribe to our mailing list and make sure that you're at least using the features that we pay for, we would be really happy if you did that. We have upgraded our gear. There's a lot more. I think there's more gear I need to put on here. I'm not sure. I think I got it all updated. You can, it breaks down our research, what we're trying to do in the field. It gets really nerdy at some points there. Obviously, if you like interface death, you got to be part nerd. And the video page, it's just packed with see, we did have documentaries here, but since, former members didn't want us using them on our documentaries, we had to take it down, because my dumbass did not get their written permission beforehand. I've learned my lesson on that. You can watch every episode of my Paranormal Soapbox. There's a quick tips series that I have not done in a while. If you want me to do more, let me know, and I'll just try to find time to do more than that. There's live tech talks where I break down certain technical aspects of what we do. Necromancer live shows on there. Well, actually, there's my Paranormal Soapbox. What was this other one? Oh, there's an episode of Paranormal Soapbox on the Watch one. I have to fix that. Oh, that's a mistake. But the normal episodes and stuff are on the Watch page right here. And they're all free to watch except for the VIP and the one on the top. You have to pay a monthly subscription for that one. And this one at the top, once we get one in there. We don't know what we're doing a documentary on this year. We had an idea, but we don't know if we're going to get to. We may end up just doing a follow doc of our whole journey all year long. We're not sure yet. And we got the store. Not much on there. We got one documentary and some t-shirts, and we have Instagram on there. So that is pretty much our website. So please go check it out if you have not.
Vanessa said I'll cut a bitch and then bake cookies.
Like nothing happened.
Right. And Marlene Gump just jumped on.
That's my mom.
I know, Mama.
That's
good thing she's on Facebook, because YouTube's talking and calling me a drunk.
Well, they're talking about you beating the hell out of Josh, so.
Yeah, you guys think he fell down the stairs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was punched down the stairs.
She just threw him into the damn wall in the shop.
I know it. So that's what we got going on. We're going to, Matt Benton will be here in a few days. He is going to be on the team. He is going to be doing a lot of work. Some of the video editing and episodes, he's going to be editing the trailers and everything. So it's going to look different from that aspect too. So if you've watched Matt Benton or followed his filmmaking over the years, you will find it interesting how that's going to be incorporated.
Justin, not to cut you off, but Joseph McCarthy wants to know, what company do you use for your website?
Wix. They host the website. A little expensive, but if you don't know how to code, it's really good, because they have a editor that, is kind of like, any type of graphic editor that anybody can learn to use easily to do all the things. And they have a bunch of apps and tools. If you want a website, if you want to sell stuff, you want to upload videos and sell them and show them, it's good for. It's expensive though.
Josh said he is verbally and physically abused daily.
There's no pictures to prove that. Move on.
It's like I beat him in the head with a telephone book. You can't see the marks. So yeah, that's what we have going on. What do you got going on, Jess? What's your?
Well, I don't know if you want to take care of this. Would you like me to take care of this? That's going on YouTube right now.
How many people have you scammed?
Yeah,
4,700. We have scammed 4,700 people. I've scammed your mother too. That was probably my favorite person. I scammed your what's his name? Nabal. Great fucking name. I mean, who came up with that?
Okay, he's gone. Well, I'm trying.
Why do you struggle at
Well, I
banning
can
people?
only put him in. I can only put him in timeout.
Oh,
I can't block him, but he's in timeout right now.
all
Oh,
right.
he would just.
You're in timeout now. If you be good, you can stay. If you're still a retard, you're gone. That's just how it works around here. Jess pushed Josh down the stairs because he was rocking out to Nickelback.
Hey, I like Nickelback too, so I can't do that.
Josh said she doesn't know that I have security cameras everywhere.
That's fine. I'm not scared of Josh.
Cameras. Well, I wonder where the cameras are. They hid them. All right,
He
so
said we don't have stairs.
all right. Thanks everybody that's rolling in right now. Thanks for joining us. This is usually a topic-based show where I get up on a soapbox and rant and rave about what I think. I get you guys' opinions, and we kind of cross-check notes, so to speak. Missy, what I know you've been working on getting better at, the equipment and getting better to being on camera. Are you really trying to push the envelope and get better about being on camera this year?
Yeah.
Because I think that you would definitely be somebody who could add a lot of interesting depth, because you're the only female primarily that's going to be in the videos. Now, Jess is going to be at Madison Seminary. She'll be at Gettysburg, so she'll be in the vlogs and stuff from there, but she'll be actually in the episode of Madison Seminary, so we'll get to see her on that one so far, but you're on everyone. Mm-hmm. So, I know that you asked a question yesterday on the Supernatural Symposium about, you kind of feel like you sense these things, you see and hear these things, but we don't get them on the recorders. We don't see them. So how does that feel? Is it awkward? Is it frustrating?
Yes, it's very frustrating.
Well, I don't blame you, but I don't want that to discourage you too much, because I've been used to it all my life. My mom says all kinds of stuff, obviously, that I don't see or hear. Frankly, I hope none of it is real, but unfortunately, it probably is, so I don't want you to hold anything back because we can't see or hear or record it, okay? I just want to make that clear. I just want you to keep trusting that what you're seeing and picking up, you just let it go, because something might come up later, even though we didn't get anything at the time. Something might come up later and say, hey, something you picked up on checks out.
Okay. Gotcha. And like the on-camera stuff, I can sit here now and be comfortable. And to where when we started, I couldn't.
Oh yeah, you've definitely.
The show, and now I'm like, okay, we're good. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes you're not like when someone you're getting your photo taken. You're not like a poser. You don't get into a position to where you try to look more flattering. I want you to work on that too, because you're going to be getting a lot of photos taken again.
But then I feel like I look awkward and not.
Just go with it. Just you got to feel it. Okay, you got to just be in the moment and be like, okay, if I don't try to make myself look more flattering, I'm just going to look like a normal doofus standing here not posing. Because guys are a little bit easier. They just stand there, they'll cross their arms, they look imposing. Girls, if they kind of stand there like with a plain look, they don't expect that. A lot of people have expectations, even though they don't preach. They're expecting a certain look or a certain attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Maybe smile a little bit more. I know it was cold. That RCI photo we took, it was cold. I already pissed you off at that point. It's tough. I don't make it any easier, I guess.
You didn't piss me off. You just made me feel like I wasn't helping when I was trying to help.
I shared my aggravation with you. How about that?
I've never felt worse than I didn't have a nickel in my entire life.
You're gonna come with your pockets loaded with change and
Right.
screwdrivers and stuff next time. So, Jess, Madison Seminary, are we going to unleash the witch?
Justin Brown. We will see what happens. I'm not going to
Vanessa, that's
research anything. I'm not going to do any of that.
So you're going to play Dead Files. You're going to walk in there blind. You're going to put your feelers on and see if you can, read the location like you've been working on. Do you want to share any of
Absolutely.
that? Let's share right now. It's all about sharing.
I feel like we need to be sitting in a circle singing Kumbaya or something for sharing, like the sharing circle.
Yeah, but there's other people out there, they're interested in this stuff.
Sure. I don't know how long it's been going on. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments as well.
I'll help you out while you're talking.
I would say probably 7-8 months, maybe. I've been learning how to open up to have abilities. I have been doing readings for people that I know, and some people I don't know. Actually, when Josh was hurt, I actually read somebody that was in the waiting room, and it was very. How I look at it was very ballsy of me, because I'm just walking up to somebody and you don't know how they're going to take it. Mm-hmm. But thankfully she was very accepting of everything. There has been times, and I'm not saying this because it's me, but there has been probably a handful of times I haven't been right. But then they tell me I'm not, and a couple of days later, like, you know what, I was thinking about that, and I connect with it now. It makes sense. But I mean, there's still a couple of times I say a name and it doesn't, collaborate with what, with their situation. But I have been opening up a lot. And Justin has helped me. Becky Compton has helped me with a few things. And I mean, I don't think I will ever know everything, but what I do, it's more just a validation of the people that's passed, they're with them. I can't do asking questions. I can't, basically have a conversation with them. It's just what they give me, and what I say is just validation of stuff that I wouldn't have no idea anything about.
Is it a calling? I mean, do you feel like compelled in a way, like when you pick up these things or feel these things?
Okay, I will explain something what actually happened last night during the show last night. I saw somebody's post. I've been probably Facebook friends with her. She's one of those friends that you're on Facebook for like 8 years and you went to school with, but you never really talked to. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know anything. And since I've been helping out with so much in the paranormal, my Facebook is flooded now with paranormal stuff. So I don't actually get to see a lot of my family and my friends' posts. And for some reason, right before the show started, she posted up just a comment of how bad her anxiety is and, this and that. And I felt like I had to reach out to her. I remember sending Josh a message. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do this for her when I get off the live stream. So I'm sending her messages back and forth during the live stream. And I just felt like I had to talk to her. Well, she fell asleep and she contacted me this morning, and I had to go do some errands this morning, and we ended up talking. And I says, I felt like I had to tell you all this stuff. And she, she was so thankful. She needed to hear what I had to tell her. And I mean, and when I'm doing this, I'm thinking, holy shit, I got this. I understand this, what's going on. But when, like right now, it's just kind of like I'm a big skeptic myself. But until I'm doing it, it's just like, I got it. But I mean, she sent me another message right before the show that I read to Missy and Justin about how thankful she was, and everything was good.
Vanessa Hogel said, as soon as I'm not broke as fuck, I'll pay you for a rating.
No paying. Because actually there is something I want to talk to her about because of the fact that something was coming. I don't know. I'll have to send her a message.
You guys can trade readings.
Yeah, I think the world of Vanessa. I know Missy does as well. I mean, she's somebody that both of us, we look up to a lot. And so I think she's great.
I will speak on Vanessa. We've gotten to know her a little bit better through the shows, being on, I was on her show and then she's been on ours. People go through stuff. Okay, everybody goes through stuff. How they come out on the other side of it, show, tell something about their character, a lot about them. And some people just come out, hardened and battle tested in certain ways, and there's a lot to say about those people that go through those things, how it influenced their psychic abilities, how they become more sensitive to things. Some, in my case, I feel like I blocked a lot of stuff out. Like I've shielded myself away from everything to numb myself. But not in Vanessa's case. There's a lot of people, and, I think it might be a feminine thing. It might be a nurturing quality that women have versus what men usually do. They usually, try to, support and nurture and do the mom type stuff. They want to help people. They empathize with them more. Mm-hmm. Men kind of like to just block themselves off because they don't want to feel, but they don't try to heal themselves through healing others. In general, I don't want to say that about all men, obviously, but Vanessa is, very unique too. It's not like, I'm trying to generalize her in any way. She's definitely been through a lot of different things and experienced a lot of different things that we can learn from. And I'm hoping I get to read some of her books soon. I've been given so many books doing this show, and I'm so damn busy. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to read all these cool things? I don't know if I can.
Rush Bender said I give free readings and horrible financial advice. My story is very similar to Vanessa's and kind of, I guess, to yours, because I didn't want to talk about any of it. I just wanted it to go away. Mm-hmm. And now you're like, if you bring it out, everything else will come out. And I'm like, how am I supposed to do that? I don't understand.
What do you mean bring it out? The ability?
Like, the ability. And if I just let go of what happened and, everything that went on, it'll all come out in the end. And
well, it's not as simple. Like I've told you before, in order to heal others, you got to somewhat heal yourself. Know what's wrong with yourself and how to manage yourself and apply the things that you want to do for others to yourself. You got to turn around that mirror, look at yourself and say, okay, I'm not stupid. I'm not ugly. I'm not pathetic. I can do what I want to do. I have the potential. I have the power. I am loved. You got to turn that empathy around to yourself. That sometimes in your case, you need to. So what's up. You know that there is a channel of support, even if it's just coming from you. Right. That it has to flow like that, in my opinion. Because if you're hindered by low self-esteem or tragedy based on life experience, it's going to impede the way you can help others and use those type of abilities. And from the way I see it, it'll limit them. Does that make sense?
Vanessa said only tragedy empowers the soul.
Unfortunately, it seems like that, right? It seems like in order to know the flip side of something, you catastrophe, as J.R. Tolkien said, you got to know the catastrophe. You got to see the darkness to see the light. You have to have that dual experience, and the more tragedy you see, the more light and uplifting events can follow to balance that out. Everything's about balance, right? So, if somebody's been walking around with a silver fucking spoon stuck in their mouth their whole life, they're not going to understand and empathize with those that are going through tragedy or going through shit. It goes with the job.
There was a question from Joseph, if you want me to read it off.
Yeah, read them all.
What do you think about special needs or disability people who can feel and see paranormal better than others?
That is a great question. I've known Joe for several years. I remember the first conversation I had with him. He was asking me if I could do some graphic design for him, and I'm like, no, you can do it on your own. And he did. And he did a very good job of it. Joe's talented. I believe everybody has talents. Everybody has abilities and aspects about them that, can entertain people, other people can find value in and learn from. It's how you deliver that and how you make it unique, so where you stand out. But to get to the actual question, a lot of people dismiss people with disability because they have a disability, and that generally is not a good way to go about it. You shouldn't dismiss anyone and everyone just because of some surface thing. Okay, just because someone has a criminal record doesn't mean that they have a ghost in their house. So if you do a background check on them and they have kind of a crappy rap sheet, it doesn't mean that they're nefarious. It doesn't mean they're lying to you or trying to do something nefarious. But you have to take some caution. So what I'm trying to say is, Joe, do not let your disability seem like it's a disability, and that's easier said than done. Try to come at people in objective ways, in ways to look at, whatever you're experiencing or picking up on paranormally, in objective ways, and convey them in ways that don't make them seem like, it's just some delusion of some disabled person. Because Joe, in his situation, he's high functioning. He's a highly functional disabled person, and he's more fortunate than most that do have disabilities. I hope I answered that question. That's kind of a hard one. I don't know. What do you think, Jess? How would you answer that?
I agree. I agree with everything that you said.
Okay. Anything else to add with it? I felt like I shortchanged him.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know who the gentleman is. I don't know what he goes through, but I can kind of relate, since I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 2010. So I can, kind of relate when it comes to that aspect of it, but I think you explained it very well.
Good. All right, Missy? You don't have anything to add to that, right?
No, I just wanted to, Val just wanted to ask, just to let everybody know that you can ask any questions on here.
Oh, yeah.
Like
as long as you're not a retard. And I don't mean that, in a derogatory sense or an offending sense. When I say that, it doesn't mean you're disabled. It just means that you're an absolute idiot. Don't be an absolute idiot.
Joe said that you made his night.
Awesome.
And Spirit Stalker says, just like the children, I'm more prone to the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Joe, people like Joe is not going to be, they're different. They're unique. They're not going to be as conditioned to block themselves from that. A lot of the problem with people experiencing the paranormal is they just don't want to see it. They block it. It has a lot to do with some kind of extra sensory perception. And I'm not talking about reading cards that you can't see. I'm talking about seeing entities or picking up on things spiritually, for lack of a better way to explain it. You have to open yourself up to it. You have to trust. You have to let go of insecurities and disbelief that mainstream culture is trying to do to you. When your mom tells you that there's no boogeyman in your closet, sometimes there's boogeyman in your closet. I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry. Good night. I hope you sleep tonight, Johnny.
Val wanted to know what got you interested in becoming a paranormal investigator.
It really happened when my dad died in 2011. He was only 54. I've said this a couple times. He just dropped dead at work. It fucked me up really bad. I wasn't ready for that. And the onset of that type of awareness of mortality, his mortality, my own mortality. I thought I knew and understood death, the finality of it, and everything that comes with it. Is he just gone? Is he a spirit off somewhere? Is he a ghost? Is he in heaven? Is he in hell? All those questions have come to me like a sledgehammer to my spirit. Okay? Like, it can't be any more real when someone close to you dies. You're looking at their dead body, there's blood on them, they're dead and bloated, and it's so brutal. You can't escape the vision of it and the feeling and impact of that. And it just consumed me. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I can't shake the thought, the vision. I can't shake any of it. You know, it's ingrained and overlaid on everything that I see and think and feel for years after that happened. So I'm like, okay, I might as well use this crap and do some soul seeking. You know, I went on a spiritual path. I try to be, you know, I'm trying to become more spiritual each and every day. I'm trying to learn more about myself spiritually, help others, be more empathetic with people, you know, be a better father and a better husband, be a better person overall. But the paranormal research, it fascinated me before. I had experiences, you know, my mom made it interesting from the start, and the whole paranormal pulp culture was doing it too. It was all over TV. It was all over everywhere. So it was like, fuck, if they can do it, so can I. And I think I can do it better. And I might sound like, you know, an egotistical prick or whatever, but I'm just confident that I can contribute, you know, to the field in some way. If it's not by finding answers or progressing the field, it's through interaction with people that are on the same path as me. And that's why I do the shows. That's why, you know, someone messages me or calls me or emails me, I don't ignore it. There we go.
Sure. Val also wanted to know, do you believe in helping spirits when investigating? And do you practice this investigations? Or have you had a chance to?
Yes. Do I help spirit? Is that what she asked?
Yes. Helping
Yes.
spirits when investigating.
Yeah. If you go back and look at the haunting on Monroe Street video, I definitely felt inclined to help if I can. I try to. And I had my mother with me, so I knew that there was a chance that I could if I couldn't do it on my own. And I don't know, you know, there's no physical proof of ghosts and spirits. There's no physical proof that I helped anything, but I felt like I did. The act of doing it and the thought of doing it is good enough for me. If I tried, I tried. I don't believe in going to these places if there's spirits suffering. It reminds me of a zoo. If you go to a zoo, there's some of the animals that are sitting there catatonic, looking away from you and not looking at you or acknowledging your existence. If you've been to a zoo, there's animals that do that. And I think the spirits and entities at these locations do the exact same thing. I feel it. I know it, that they do. And that sucks. I don't want any part of that. You know, I don't want any part of, you know, just exploiting their situation for research or entertainment purposes. So I try to help when I can. I try to empathize. I try to, you know, connect with them, try to feel their pain, you know, try to understand that, you know, if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Of course, they can't come across and just tell me in most cases. I try to. You know, maybe I can do a better job, and I'll try to continue to do a better job, but I definitely think about it all the time. That's a good question.
Okay, I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel wants to know, is there demonic entities?
Demonic, the word demonic is a word that we ascribe to what our belief system is. There are entities out there that do things that are classified and defined as demonic. Whether they're actually cast out fallen angels from heaven, I don't know. I don't believe that, but what I believe is we make things real. What we put out there, what we believe and what we put our energy out there, we can make real. We manifest things all the time. Now, if you take that piece of information and get the whole world believing in it, or a large portion of our culture and society believing in it, yes, there are going to be manifestations of such things. Now, I believe everything that's going on is the Matrix. It is a hologram. It is a simulation. It's not what we think it is. It's not that tangible, outside, out there existence. It's all in here. It's all part of consciousness and perception. So if you keep fueling the ideas of demonic entities and keep searching them and believing them, they're going to be out there. You're going to find them. But I guarantee you, you're going to find them more in the living than anything incorporeal or spiritual. I guarantee you that.
Okay, well then I guess that answers his next question, because he wanted to know if his ex was demonic.
Well, there's things that the church and other people who do that work look for. We did bring it up when we had Rich Valdez on. I believe that's his name. Yeah, sorry if I messed it up, Rich. He's a demonologist. Matt studies demonology as well. We've had long conversations, so we brought up, I watched an interview of Charles Manson. Like, one of the things you look for is the eyes do not blink. They stay open. The eyes will dry out. You blink to keep them moist and lubricated. But if there's something taking over you, or if there's something unearthly about you, you're going to do things like that. You're going to not blink. You're going to not eat. Stay awake for hours upon hours. You are going to do things like spontaneously learn languages that you don't know or could not have known. There's a whole list that I don't know, but I just know some. And, of course, there's a lot of people on this earth that do evil, and that's what I was alluding to before in my previous statement. People do evil fucking shit. Like murderers, serial killers, it gets bad.
Okay, next question. Sandy Griffith wanted to know what got me and Jessica into the paranormal.
Go ahead, Misty.
You answer first.
Okay. I think since I started with the shows and stuff, I started to remember a lot of things that happened when I was a child, that I seen and stuff like that. And I think, and then my daughter is able to do things as well. And so that really started me thinking. And then when I came and helping out with the show a lot, I think that has, that just put the top on it, as in, wanting to be more involved with it.
The door was cracked before, now it's open.
Mm-hmm. It's wide open.
In my case, my great grandma died, and for the next week, every night when I would sleep, she would come and talk to me, and we would have a full-on conversation. And then I started seeing people I didn't know, and I'm like, who are these people? I didn't know who they were. I was 8 years old. And so I had to find out. I still don't know who those people were, but...
Can you still picture them in your head? Yeah.
I have no clue who they were, but
right.
Yeah.
Plus, when you had your brain aneurysm, you went into a coma, and then you made it out of that, you started having the dreams, right? So, do you want to talk about that a little bit? I'm sure some of them know, but maybe not all of them.
I guess we can, if you want to.
Do it.
I have dreams about locations that we go to. Some of them I can lay out before we get there. I know where I'm going, and I know the layout of the building and some of the entities in the building. What else do you want me to say?
You dream about entities and things happening before it happens, prophetically.
Yes.
And now you're getting to explore whether how accurate these dreams are.
Yes.
Because of course some of them could just be dreams, some of them could be not just dreams.
Right.
All right. Well, there's a couple questions on Facebook and YouTube that I've seen. Do you want me to address them or do you want to read them off?
You can write them if you want.
Okay, go back before John Cole's question, make sure I didn't miss any. But John asked, Justin, with the Earth's magnetic North Pole shifting more than ever, do you think it could be the cause of more paranormal type events to those who may be more sensitive to Earth's geomagnetic fields? That's an interesting theory, John. I have thought about it and I have been keeping track of that. I got you on mute right now, Derek, so stand by. It's definitely possible. I don't know, and I'm not entirely sure that a lot of the paranormal phenomena that people experience have anything to do with geomagnetics. It's definitely a possibility. That some of it does. I just don't know how much. Now, since we've been recording the activity and behavior of our geomagnetic field, I don't know if this is just a normal trend or if it's an anomaly. A lot of things that we see, like the changes in weather, changes in, true north shifts and stuff like that. And I think that those are trends that we just don't know about because we've only recently started recording them and taking a good look at them. I do not see any of my data that suggests that stuff would increase or not. Now, what is interesting is if a lot of people started believing that the magnetic shift did affect paranormal things, I think that would cause a spike in activity. That is something I believe is possible and not, it's indirect in that way. Did you want to read off the YouTube question, Jess?
Are you talking about Joe's?
Let me go back. Yes.
He said, Justin, don't you think that maybe those people who do some people shit are driven by some kind of demonic force?
Those people who do some people shit. What does that mean?
We can wait for him to answer, and there's another question.
Yeah, I'm not quite understanding your question. I want to make sure I understand your question, Joe. Do some evil stuff? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, and Joe, have you heard of this TV show called Ghost Bait before? Yeah, I've heard of that. I've seen a couple episodes of that.
Val had a question. What scares you in this field? Example, the dark, being attacked by a spirit or human, etc.
My friends and teammates getting injured or anything happening to them, that scares me because I feel responsible for them. A lot of things scare me, but not ghosts, not being possessed, not things following me home, unless they're going to mess with my family. That concerns me. That scares me. But I have learned how to prevent that for the most part, and my mother helps me and protects me as well. Sorry, I was voice to text. I'm driving. I figured. Retype the question out now.
He did.
You. Okay.
He says, voice to text, I'm driving, sorry. Do you think maybe that people who do some pretty evil shit, like murder and such, may be driven by demonic or evil forces?
That's a good question. I think people can be evil. And I think that things can cause people to do that. Is it nature or nurture is what they say in psychology and criminal psychology all the time. Is it, are they raised to be killers, or, is it just in their nature? Is it just, what was it with them the whole time? And I think it could be a little bit of both. There's a lot of research out there, but spiritually speaking, metaphysically and theologically speaking, no. I think that there's a lot of factors that involve a lot of what people deal with when they do the murders. I used to research a lot of, serial killer stuff. And the reason they killed things was they were sociopaths. They looked at people like objects. They did not empathize with their life at all. They were objects to them. That isn't necessarily evil. I don't tie that to any evil or demonic force. It could. I just don't see any evidence from where I sit. And a lot of it was to hide evidence. The killing was an effort to hide evidence of what they did, whether it was their homosexuality or necrophilia that they were dealing with, strong, crazy sexual desires. Yeah, that for the most part is why serial killers kill. They don't have any fucks to give about people, and they are trying to hide evidence, so they kill them. I think that there's things out there that can mess with you. If you call them demonic, sure. I think there's things out there that can mess with you, but I still think that you have you have protections from those things. It's not like there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't come without defenses to that. You can give in to it, or you can rise against it.
Val had a question. What all do you do for fun outside of work of the paranormal? I personally run my daughter around with sports, and that's about it. I don't have much of a life.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to make sure the couch stays on the ground.
We do stuff with our kids. Derek Missy used to go on vacations once a year, but they don't do that anymore. One of the main reasons we've been behind with the last 2 episodes of Portal of the Past is because Derek and Josh have been working like slaves. And Josh is trying to fill dozens of deadlight orders in between.
And me and Jessica are just trying to make sure the couch doesn't go anywhere.
That's all right. You can only run the vacuum so many times a day.
Right?
They're too busy casting spells on people.
Justin, love it. My goodness.
Well, I try to relax when I can. I'm kind of a ADHD type person. I constantly have to get stimulation. Yeah, I guess that's a stimuli. So I watch a lot of documentaries. I research constantly. But yeah, I do what Jess said. I love watching my daughter play sports. I love watching my little one, my 6-year-old boy, play t-ball. He's just now getting old enough to get into that. But sports is a big thing. We go out to games. Me, Jess, or not Jess, but Missy and Derek and Christy went out and did a baseball game at Reds, the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati last year, and we went out to eat. But there's not much room and time in there, is there?
What has been your biggest oh shit moment? Since I ask everybody usually that's on the show, what's yours?
That house that I lived in, when after the firefighter committed suicide, my first oh shit moment was when I felt a presence at the bottom of the stairs, and the den area was his office. I didn't see anything, but I felt it, like there's something there, but I don't see shit. What's up with that? And then immediately after that, it rushed me. So my reflex was to flinch. So it felt like someone was going to tackle me. And soon as it got to me, I turned and it started whispering and talking to my ear in a language I couldn't understand. It was like, it was jumbled. And I bitched out. I ran downstairs. My dad had a gun shop in the basement, and he was reloading some rounds down there like he usually does. And I'm like, Dad, something tried to talk to me in the den, and he laughed. So yeah, that was oh shit. But then when I started seeing coins levitate off the ground and flip and fly across the room, like Poltergeist, the movie, that was pretty oh shit too. There was only one really oh shit moment while I was investigating that's memorable, and that's when we had the first validated EVP in my career at the residence where the girl died of respiratory issues in the garage, and she used the white noise to talk to her dad. I've talked about that story a couple times, but that was legitly like, whoa, like, oh shit. It's not like oh my god, I'm so scared. This is so frightening. It was touching. It was touching and so real. Like you couldn't deny what had just happened, and I felt like I helped him so much, and to validate that she was there, like he knew she was. Like that was deeply satisfying. But that was definitely like, oh shit, that really happened.
Yeah. Jay had a question for you. With all due respect, Justin, but it seems like you've been skating around a few questions concerning faith. What do you believe? Do you believe in Jesus Christ as the Son of the living God? Just curious. Thanks.
Absolutely not. I do not believe that. Nope. There's so many religions out there. From the dawn of time, from this, the far back we can research, the ancient Sumerians, they had their own faith system. They had their own deities that they worshiped. They had their own theology. I have researched all of them that I can find. None of them are wrong. None of them are right. We manifest and we believe the things we believe for a purpose, but they stem from us. They're not actual events that are detailed out like they say. Now, all these myths and legends have truth to them. There could have been someone back then that was a Jesus character, but all the stuff told about them are too similar to other things like Odin. If you read about the myth of Odin and in that creation myth, he, went through it mirrors the crucifixion. Okay. The stabbing, the losing of his eye, and the whole, it just looks like it's a spin-off. Like all these things are spin-offs, and turning all of that Norse and folklore from the Christmas time into Christianity, and turning the Easter and the solstices into Christian things. I mean, it's just, they conquered other religions. I have a lot of problems with Catholicism and Christianity and a lot of those things because of that. They used conquering like methods. I do not believe in that at all. But I respect people who do, because there is something useful and valuable to people who believe in Christ and God and those such things, because there are good people out there that use those beliefs for good. They go out and do good work. They impact the communities in good ways. They're good people. It's not hurting anybody when they go do that. But when it does hurt people, it's not good. Did I skate around that?
I think you'll be satisfied with that.
All right.
That's really it. That's on YouTube right now.
All right. Jesus was an alien. I've heard Jesus was an alien. I've heard demons were aliens. I've heard everything. No one knows anything. Like, how can you know such things? How can you know? Like, I'm a researcher. I look at all the research and I look for patterns and trends, holes and things. If something don't look right, there's a reason. And all belief systems and religions and pantheons and everything, they all have similar flaws and flags. But it does have value. I think people's spirituality is important for the main reason of dealing with death and the finality of our existence. You need to be prepared spiritually when you pass on into that new area. Okay, whether it is what we believe it is, I don't know. If you read the book or seen the movie What Dreams May Come, I believe that it's very similar to that. We do manifest our own afterlives to a certain degree, but a lot of people aren't prepared for death as much as they think they are. A lot of times people die before they're even prepared. So their own self-evaluation process, if they get that luxury when they're dying, can be brutal. Okay, the light flashing before the eyes, everything that you did not do, that you regretted that you did not do, everything that you've done wrong or massively amplified and insanely, emphasized at that point of time. So that can affect your passage into the afterlife for what it is. I believe that. So whatever you believe can help you through that, and it can be useful, whether it's real or not. I think that's, it's interesting to talk about that, because a lot of people, I don't hold on to, a belief in a religion. I hold on to values and morals, what is right, what is wrong, what I should be doing, how I should be treating people, how I should be treating myself, what I should be doing with my life. Those are universally taught in the religions, unless they're bad religions. Okay? So, I emphasize those things. What about... Oh, go ahead. There's more questions.
Yeah. Spirit Stalker wanted to know, do you believe in afterlife? How about reincarnation?
I believe it's very possible. For two reasons. I believe in the afterlife, obviously. There's something going on, whether it's the soul that's left behind when someone dies, or what they believe, or what they leave stored in the environment. What's wrong, Missy?
I'm sorry, I was talking to Derek.
Oh, okay. So, the reincarnation thing makes more sense to me. Everything seems to be, from my observation, is a cycle. It's a cycle of events. The water rains down from the sky, it washes over the hills and the mountains, collects into streams, it goes downhill, it goes into the ocean, the sun evaporates the water, it forms into clouds, it goes into inland, it rains, and starts the whole process over again. The earth is round, it spins in a circle, everything's cyclic. Everything's a circle. So reincarnation would align with that process. You're constantly going through a cycle, okay? Nothing is final. If the universe is infinite, then it can't have a beginning or an end. It has to be a cycle. It has to be a circle, okay? It's infinite. So once you start understanding what infinity means and the mechanics behind how things begin and end, or do not begin and end, that's an illusion, folks. A lot of religions like you to believe that there's a beginning of time and end of time, okay? Because it will trick you into that line of thinking and that finality. But I don't believe that. I believe that you can come back. Do you have memory of those things? Possibly, but it's not normal. There's only exceptions to those things, past life or through past life regression, or children or people at very young ages remembering those past lives before their memory of those memories fizzle out. I would love to find out or have some memory that I can validate that was a past life. I think that would be crazy. But I think the research and the work done in that area is not great. There are a few out there that research past lives that do decent work, but it's pseudoscientific at best and not very well understood.
Val wanted to know, what is your favorite comfort food? This is for everyone to answer. Hers is pot roast with roasted veggies.
Ooh, I love pot roast. That might be one of my favorites. Chuck roast.
Comfort food? See, when I think comfort food, I'm thinking, Dairy Queen with Reese's and cookie dough with extra, and chocolate ice cream. That's my comfort food.
That tastes good, but then I'm shitting my brains out and feeling guilty about it.
That's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, that's
You're
so
welcome.
nice to know.
Yeah, I like chuck roast steak.
Sure.
Comfort food. I like me some chips and dip.
At 11:30 at night.
Last night.
Yeah.
I thought would it be a good idea to skip supper, but no, my stomach hurt really bad, and I had to eat some dip, chips. I was doing a 2-hour show, and then I was on Google Hangouts with these guys for another 2 hours after that. So that was a mistake.
Missy, what's your comfort food?
A big old pot of chili with no hamburger in it.
You're going to burn in fires of Hades. You're going to burn.
Okay, now I hollered at Derek and asked him if it had went off yet. He said, I just had something walk past me in the living room, and I'm the only one in the room. So he has the EMF meter with the REM pod on in the living room.
Is he hunting ghosts in his living room?
Yes.
Oh, he wouldn't be the only one. There was a question, Sandy Griffin. I have a question. If the Bible is the word of God, why did King James write it? According to King James, it was the word of God. Well, there was a lot of authors to the Bible. According to a lot of people, it was the word of God. You have to take their word for it. You have to take their word for it. Dead air.
And Andy Richards said pizza is my comfort food. Sandy Griffith said dark chocolate.
Food comforts me.
Right?
Food comfort. All that shit sounds good.
I have to tell a quick story. So my daughter, she's 13, right? First boyfriend. I wasn't feeling good. I was having an MS moment the other day. And so it was about 7:00 before we figured out what we were doing for dinner. I was laid up on the couch and she's like, Mom, this boy said, if I could drive, I would bring you food. That melted my daughter's heart. This girl is all about food. And she, on the 8th grade night when she did the cheer thing, she had to list 3 things that she enjoyed. Softball, cheerleading. What was the last one? Food. So my daughter relates with the food situation.
She's been living with Josh for way too long.
She loves her food. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so then the boy asked her out a couple days later. She's like, yes. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Only because he probably just asked her that question or told her that he would bring her food.
Who made God? Such things are not perceivable and conceivable by us. You cannot understand things, even though we try. We try to understand everything. It's our obsession of knowing such things that drive us and fuel our progression and evolution. We're not going to know. Even in death, I don't think we're going to know what God is or who it is, if it exists or not. But a lot of people have invested a lot of time, money, and blood in saying that they do know. And that troubles me. It's been a problem in our society. Religion and faith-based ideology should not drive or strike fear or threaten our society. It should not. It should not be in our schools. It should not be forced upon our society. There are many, many different beliefs, many, many different cultures. I don't think none of them, I don't want to judge any of them. Do I think that it's all an accurate account of history? No. There's a lot of stories, especially in the Old Testament, that are not, was there a flood? Yeah, probably. There's probably several. But, all those details, they're just embellishing. They're just filling in for, a good story. And they're stealing from other cultures and religions, too. And a lot of writers, even though they don't realize it when they're writing this stuff down, they'll be influenced subconsciously by a lot of stuff that they read before. But, do not get hung up on, is there a God? Which God is right? Which God is wrong? We are gods, of many things, and we have responsibilities. Let's worry about what we can control, Christy's dad, people will come by and knock on his door and they'll be like, have you been saved, brother? And he'll be like, no. You're like, well, if you don't, you're going to go to hell. And he's like, you mean to tell me if someone who's killed a child and he got saved, he's going to heaven, but I'm going to hell? And they're like, yeah. He's like, you can get the fuck out. and there's a lot of people who believe that. And I cannot blame them. That makes no sense at all to me. There's some things that you have to pay for. There has to be consequence. There has to be something. There's a debate with capital punishment. You watch these documentaries like what's the one on Netflix that just was released and everybody's raving about? What the hell? Crap, I can't even think about his name now. Help me out, guys.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy tapes.
Yeah, everybody was like corralling around, the prison where he was in death row, wanting him to be killed. And there's people out there who said, "Oh, I don't believe in the death penalty. Two wrongs don't make a right. We shouldn't kill people. It's not right," and all that. And I'm telling you what, I don't see why there's a problem with killing that man at all. I mean, we kill indiscriminately all the time. We'll swat flies out of the air. We'll stomp on spiders. We'll go out and kill animals and not think anything about that. The world, there's a lot of things I don't agree with, guys. I mean, I can go on and on about this, but some people deserve to die, and I don't care about, throwing 2 cents in the jar to kill some people. Okay, if they want to take some of my tax money to, send some volts through somebody or some poison through some veins, sure. Now, that's not a perfect system. Some people have been sent to death row that are innocent or didn't deserve to die, obviously. So the system's not perfect. But yeah, I don't want to go off on that tangent. I don't want to turn the show into a political show or anything, but this is freestyle. This is what you guys wanted. We could talk about anything, I guess, within reason. Yeah, Ted Bundy. I was asked by one of those people if I had been saved. I told them nobody is saving my screwed up ass. Not even Jesus. Not even Jesus can save you, Derek. Not even.
I got nothing.
John Cole says, execute them and put them on pay-per-view to fund their prison system. There would be people to line up for that. People get crazy. Like those people that were out there celebrating Ted Bundy's execution, that was like a festival. That was like medieval shit.
It's Emma.
Emma?
Hi, Emma.
Where do you see Emma?
Emma's on the screen.
Oh. There we go. Hi, Emma. Did you do your homework?
There you go. You're on speaker.
I didn't have any homework.
That's what my daughter said too. That's what my daughter said too, and I think she's lying. Are you lying?
Say I'll be back.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I hope not.
So do you think Mom has been, jiving with the paranormal? Has she been opening up? Has she been talking to you about stuff?
100%.
All right, you're welcome. I've been working on her. It's tough, for adults. And a lot, some people just feel like they're judged. And when you get older, you're going to feel like you're judged even more. But with your mom, she's pretty much not trying to judge you. And, she's very open to some of the stuff you've experienced, obviously, some of the, stuff that's been going on with you. But, I think it's pretty cool that now she is starting to realize that she may be having things going on with her, like stuff that she knows that she should not know. Like, do you find those things interesting?
Yeah, like before we met you and stuff, it would only be me feeling stuff here and there. But now she is growing as well. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's going to be crazy as time goes on what she's going to figure out. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of stuff you do. You get graduated, maybe you go to college, maybe you don't, but what kind of stuff will you be doing spiritually, like we do? Will you be doing readings for people? Will you be ghost hunting? Will you be legend tripping? What will you see yourself doing in the next 10 years?
That's a very hard question because normally I just go with the flow and just whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
So
She just got her first boyfriend. Give her a little while. Jeez.
Yeah, your mom spammed Facebook with the photos of you and your date. So now you gotta tell the internet all about it.
But you were so beautiful.
Thank you.
You did look very pretty. Like you and your mom and whoever else helped did a good job.
Thank you.
So what's your boyfriend's name or your date? I don't know if he's your boyfriend. Is he your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Can you say his name?
Jacob.
Jacob. So how's Josh feel about Jacob?
I don't know.
Who is Paranormal Reporter? They said they met me. I'm sorry if I don't know your Facebook handle. Paranormal. Do you know who that is, Missy?
No, I have no clue.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious if we actually met. So, do you see yourself doing like an internet show like your mom does, talking about anything and everything? That's a thing. That's a thing now. A lot of people do it.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Like,
You're not all about sharing everything, putting it all out there.
I mean, it's not
Maybe she
that.
could be on a guest on Necromancer one night.
This is her debut.
Right?
She's going to be on the thumbnail, and everybody will know who she is, and she's going to be getting all these weird emails from all these weird paranormal people.
Paranormal Reporter is our friend Bill Davis.
Is he like an admin of Paranormal Reporter? He is. I don't believe that crap for a second, Bill. You were a weird mofo way before you knew me. You're probably more normal now. I probably brought you down closer to Earth out of the clouds since you've met me. I think it's the opposite is true. Can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Ain't that the truth?
You got to see past the bullshit.
Well, she didn't even say goodbye to us.
Who?
She just muted us.
Emma just muted us? Oh, well.
She just muted us and left.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. I told her it was time to go to bed. I had to leave for a minute. That's why Josh was grinding. He was making some lights, and so she was in the next one.
Yeah, I asked her if she wanted to have a podcast or do a vlog, and she's like, I don't know. I asked her, if she's going to be into the paranormal, when she graduates, get out of school and everything. She's like, I don't know. I just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, as I've told you with a lot of stuff that she has done and stuff, that I think she just shows herself very well now because, she's 13. She wants to be a kid. Can't fault her for that. But, she still brings up stuff to me every once in a while. We talk about it. Some things has happened that she feels, I feel the same thing, type things and stuff. So I think it's really interesting that we can connect like that.
Yeah. The internet makes it easier to connect with people and, to learn. And, this existence is all about connecting. So hopefully she uses the internet to do, stuff that helps her connect with others.
Yeah, I think, it took me a little bit to coax her into sitting down. So, and she's just like, well, I guess it wasn't that bad.
She looked comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, but you just have to wait. She'll talk you all's ear off if you let her. So you just have to give her some time with that.
I think it's cool, getting the kids involved in, the stuff that you like to do. It's just a bond thing, a connect thing.
Right. And I've always told her, not to say anything to her friends and stuff. Because, kids can be bullies. Kids can, say some pretty negative things and stuff. And I don't, who wants their kid to have to go through that?
Yeah, then I'm going to have to go to West Virginia and kill people and face consequences.
Right. But, she's a good kid. But, I just tell her just to, not to say anything. I do know she has told one person and it hasn't got out, but they they've experienced some things too. So they can, they connect with that level too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Derek said when Josh kills Emma's boyfriend, we can investigate him.
I could see Derek when he was doing EMT work, someone would just flatline or pass away, and he pulls out a recorder and he's like, "So, what's your ghost name?"
Oh my goodness. Jesus.
Cops do that. What's his name?
RJ.
RJ said he did that, and what's his name? God, I can't remember the names of our guests.
The guy you had on Necromancer.
Yeah.
The EMT.
Yeah, there was a few that said that admitted to it. I'm like, I would think I would do that too. Like, we're standing on the side of the road. I'm like, well, this might be a recipe for some spiritual activity right now. Someone just died. I'm going to turn on a recorder or something. I'm going to take readings. Like,
Jeff Spender said he's harmless.
Harmless?
Yeah, he's harmless.
Yeah, honestly, I think I have the worst. Well, I mean, Josh does have a temper, but I think I would fly off the handle before he would. 100%.
Do you think Josh has a temper?
Yeah.
It takes him a while to reach that point. I've only seen it a couple times, and I mean, it wasn't towards me or anything, but I've seen it, and I don't know if it's what I've seen is full force, but but it takes him a while. It takes him a while.
I don't have a temper.
He has patience.
I don't get mad.
He has patience. I don't
ever get mad.
Are you muted?
No.
Is she muted?
No.
No, she's not.
Believe it or not, when I would go pick up people or deal with people that were that would die or were in real bad accidents or shit like that, I would actually wonder what the last thing was that went through their mind before the shit hit the fan, or what they were thinking about, or what was going on in their head afterwards. Because it's fucked up when you see some of that stuff and you're like, what the hell were they thinking? Especially the younger kids that did dumb shit, got themselves killed in a car wreck, or somebody that had something unexpected happen. The first thing that you think about was, man, what the hell were they thinking?
Yeah, I mean, hindsight has got good vision, Derek.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I would be thinking the same exact things you said.
He just come up and stole my earbuds and crap.
Stole your ears.
Yeah. I do actually have it's a paranormal story, and I don't know how it happened. And I don't know if that was like my aha moment, but we had a driver. He was just a driver on the squad, and he had went on a run. He had went on a run and left me at the building, and he walked into the building. He had colon cancer. I didn't hear the door open. I didn't hear the door close. He walked out of the bathroom and he looked at me and he said, I had to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'll see you later, miss. And he walked out the building. And when they got back, which was about 20 minutes later, they're like, Dale just died. No, he was right here. And they're like, no, he died about 20 minutes ago. I'm like, he was here about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's normal. It's completely normal. Happens all the time, right? Yeah, that's weird. A lot of people, but that's common. Like, I've heard that story of just seeing somebody right before someone says, yeah, Bill or Bob or whoever it was, they died. They've been dead. And it was impossible for them just to be there or just to talk to you on the phone. Like, a lot of stories you'll hear, they'll get a call from someone. And they'll get off the phone, and then a minute later, they'll find out that that person was dead, like yesterday or hours before. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then I was talking to some guy. We were doing an investigation. This guy walks up on me. He's like, how are you tonight? And I'm like, Fine, how are you? I look behind me and there's woods. And I'm like, and he's talking to me like, you're talking to me now. And a car comes down the road and I can see the car through him. And I'm like, okay. The next day, the person who lived in the house called me and she's like, who is this guy? And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? And she's like, I was sitting on the porch smoking and this guy walks up and she described the suit he was wearing and everything. And I'm like, yeah, I seen him last night. He's not alive. And she was like, are you kidding me? No.
Spirit Stalker fam says, I'm telling you, my kid said I will be back the day she passed away through the spirit box.
That would be a lot.
Yeah, I don't ever want to know what that feels like, to be honest. Ever. That's my worst fear. If you want to know, my worst fear is looking down at my dead child or my dead wife. Mm-hmm. That my shit would fucking explode into a million pieces. Like, if I didn't physically die, I would metaphysically die. I would be dead one way or another. There's no way. Matt Benton, don't wreck, bro. We need you to film shit. We need you to record stuff.
I don't know how he can do that many hours in a car. There's no way I could do it.
Oh, he's young enough to do it.
That's right.
He's young and manly enough to just say, yeah, I'm tired, but I'm going to keep on going.
See, I agree. Because when I was younger, I used to drive from where I used to live in Ohio to West Virginia and then swing by, pick up my cousin, and then we would head back up the same day. And I was fine. That now, I can't do it.
When I was 21, I drove from Sarasota, Florida to some little hick town in South Dakota. It was 55 hours straight. And I was like, whoa, that was not good. Should not have done that. And I rode
from Ohio to Gettysburg and felt like, what did you call it? Hammered shit?
That was only 8.5 hours. And I'm like, oh no, that's not good. That's not good. But yeah, Sai's mom, and when Sai was like 6 months old, I carried him in my lap in a pillow in a Greyhound bus from Ontario, Oregon to Columbus, Ohio, 3 days. No sleep. And that was the most brutal trip I've ever experienced. And I never, ever, ever want to do that again. Just think if you're a refugee and you're getting bombed, your house exploded, you're going to die if you stay there. You got to march your kids out of the freaking country through mountains, drift on a raft in the freaking ocean. Crazy shit you can think of. Get, stranded in some foreign country. Think about that shit. Like, they're just happy they're still breathing, that they're just not exploded or, gassed or whatever. And we complain about stupid shit. But yeah, that's my worst fear is, seeing my kid dead. Like when I experienced my dad dead, I was like, it's got to be like a room we were just in by yourself. And they're like, there's no way. Too scared. I'm like, of what? Isn't that why you're here? I'm like, how is that even scary? Like, I can't, it does not compare to what actually is scary. Like, the scariest thing, like, a ghost can manifest, it can look like the devil himself, and I would just be like, cool, dude, hold still. All right, you're good. I mean, like, that's exactly how I would be. I would be like, whoa, that's cool and everything. I would be the flip opposite of scared. Now, Chrissy scared the crap out of me earlier before the show. I literally thought I was on fire or something when I was cooking that macaroni for them. Like, that scared the shit out of me for a second. That was funny, though. But, yeah.
Zach Bender just jumped on.
Zach Bender.
Zach.
What What food does Zach Bender like? What's Zach's favorite comfort food? I want to know these things. He's going to be like, steak and tacos.
Tacos and pizza.
Tacos, pizza, and dip. French onion dip.
Right.
Hey, Josh.
Well, we got 8 minutes left of this 2-hour promise to our viewers. We retained most of them. We were up to like 30 something on both platforms, but now it's dropped off a little bit. So now I know the limit.
Yeah, right after an hour, that was our most viewers, and I think maybe everybody was thinking that we were getting off at 9.
Okay, here's the whole conversation. Josh said he likes pie. Zach said sushi. And then he said, I do like pie.
That would be it. That would have been my guess, was sushi.
I don't
Because
like
they always
that.
talk about it.
I'm good. I like my fish cooked.
Bill Davis, Josh Bender does not like cake. I don't know about Zach, but I know Josh doesn't.
He'll eat the frosting, but he won't eat the cake.
Right.
It's like a kid. It's like Braylon. That's what Braylon does.
The only cake he'll eat is banana cake that his mom makes him once a year on his birthday, and no one else is allowed to make it because it's his mom's.
I just like food. I like most food. You know, if it's well cooked, well done, I like it. You know, I'm not too picky. You know, I like to watch. I prefer to watch a video than read. You know, I will read stuff that I need to read, but I prefer to watch a video or listen to an audiobook. You know, when I start reading something for a while, it gives me a headache. I don't like headaches.
Zach Bender said, I like cake too. Paranormal reporter, which is Bill, he said, if you know sushi like I know sushi.
You don't know shit about sushi. What's American sushi's tuna? Do you know tuna? I know tuna. But we won't elaborate.
I'm so lost.
I don't know. I just went somewhere with it and I stuck with it, but then
Spirit Stalker doesn't like not into the fancy foods.
No, I like it simple. I like it country. You know. You know, I don't get into the gourmet stuff. Yeah, I'll do the gourmet stuff every once in a great while, but I like it simple. I like it country. You know, the stuff that I grew up on that I like. You know, I'm the kind of dude that orders the same shit at my favorite restaurants. Like
I'm the same way.
If I go to Subway, I'll have a chicken bacon ranch with the same condiments and toppings. You know, the only thing I get varieties of if everything's like bland and sucky, like McDonald's or something like that. Taco Bell, I never get the same thing. I try to switch it up because it's just not high quality food. But yeah, if it's a good like Chipotle, I get the same thing every time I go there. There's a Mexican restaurant. I always get the chicken steak and shrimp fajitas. I think they call it Phoenix fajitas at that restaurant. I'm like,
I just get the chicken every time.
Yeah, everything else is kind of like, well, if I just get this one thing, I can have everything else on the menu in one thing. Pretty much.
Again, Josh said, I want to go to Covered Bridge Pizza.
Goodness gracious.
We're going to go to Covered Bridge Pizza. We'll go there. Okay. I do like portobello mushrooms, Daniel. I'll eat mushrooms every day if you let me. They're very good for you. Yep.
Spirit Stalker says, damn it, now I'm hungry.
I knew it. I knew that would happen. And
this is when Josh should be on the show. It's talking about food.
He's in the shop right now with a bib eating barbecue wings right now. It's like, I can't take it anymore.
No, don't say that.
That's awesome.
Here, let's see if we can bring up a photo for people. Where is that?
Covered Bridge Pizza. It's in somewhere in Indiana.
No, it's in Ohio.
Is it?
North Kingsville, Ohio, I think. see if this is it. Yes. So if we go to lift monitor, there we go. Covered bridge pizza.
John Cool says Hunt, Battlefield Fries in Gettysburg. Somebody write that down.
What is it?
Hunt's, Hunts, Battlefield.
Notes.
I'll screenshot it.
I got it in my notes.
Okay, Hunt's Battlefield Fries in Gettysburg.
Hunt's Battlefield Fries in Gettysburg.
We like some fries.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in the historical district? Did we remember seeing that last year?
I don't remember.
There's so many things to freaking look at.
Well, we were walking around. I mean, it was probably kind of where we were walking. Remember?
Yeah,
When it
that's
was
what
kind of raining.
I was wondering if it was somewhere in the historical district. Where's that place Josh took us to that we ate that was like really old? Can't remember the name of it.
Oh, I don't remember that either. He would know.
He'll tell us. But yeah, this is the covered bridge place that he wants to go. It's a covered bridge that they converted into a pizza place. That's brilliant. Freaking brilliant. This is what the inside looks like.
There's a lot of covered bridges in Ohio. Sorry, Missy.
He said, I want to investigate the hell out of that pizza place.
Look at this pizza they make. Like, this is legit. Look at that.
He said it was the Farnsworth house. The restaurant
Farnsworth,
he
that's
took
it.
us to.
That place was cool. That place was really cool.
John posted up. I don't want to, if you want to read that, because I don't know how to pronounce it. Steinware?
Steinware?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to Google it, though.
We have Josh take us.
Is that a town?
I don't know.
Now, Zach, that could go one of two ways. And I don't know which way you were going with it, but I hope you were going the food route. We just had oral investigation.
Oh, Steinware Avenue. Steinware Avenue. It's right somewhere right in here. And let's see if it's on here. We got O'Rourke's Family Eatery, Gettysburg Ghost Tours, Hunt's Battlefield Fries. There it is. There it is.
We have to do it. Oh, he put it was the name of the road. Yeah.
Yep. Right there. So if we go here and go here.
So if anybody's going to be at the bash and would like to join us for dinner one night, you know where we'll be at.
Okay. Yes, I took a picture of this sign. It's that little green house.
Okay.
I know you can't see the stream right now, but here it is.
I'm trying on my phone, but
yeah, there's like a 30-second delay, but there it is.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we went right by that.
Yeah, it's right by the ice cream shop where you guys stopped to get ice cream.
The Crystal Shop was near the ice cream shop too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because Josh and I went and got ice cream when you all went to the Crystal Shop.
Yeah, I don't think it's close. I don't think that's where it is, Missy. Let's back up
No.
here.
What's that?
Just look at those old places. I love it.
I know. I mean, you want to give everybody a tour of Gettysburg? I mean, look
I know where it's at now. Yeah, it was like 2 steps out from where we were.
Yeah, but that little green house that they converted.
Hmm.
John says he'll bring the German curry ketchup for the fries.
Nice. All right. Well, guys, it's 10 o'clock. I would love to sit in here all night, talk to you guys, but I can't. Christy's got to work in the morning. But thanks for joining me and Missy, Jess, and Emma, and Derek. Everybody else in the family. You guys are like family to us. We do care deeply about you guys. If you ever need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. You matter. You're significant. And we want, to continue to learn and share and connect with you in any way possible. Right now it's through the internet, but please try to come see us at events. If you live far, far away in other countries, I understand that that's not possible, but we're here for you in this interwebs that, we like to call it in the States. So tomorrow we're going to talk to Katie Turner. She was on Supernatural Symposium a couple episodes back, but now we're going to talk to her in depth about what she does. She's a psychic and paranormal investigator from Ontario, Canada. 8 o'clock tomorrow on Interface Death YouTube channel and Necromancer Live Show Facebook page. It'll be shared everywhere, so you can't miss that. 8 p.m. Eastern. And this weekend we might live stream some stuff in Death Trippers when we have the meeting and doing the interviews like we did last time. So if you want to see us, screwing around with green screens and taking photos, expect to see that sometime Saturday. We'll throw up a post to kind of give you an idea when we do that. But we can do the normal. Let's see, we don't do links, but here you guys go. That's the what makes the show possible. Patreon.com. If you're new to the show, if you like this content, if you go on our website and see all kinds of stuff that you like, interfacedeath.net, check that out. Go to Deadlight LLC on Facebook, check that out. Best infrared lights in the Parafield. Clay Borman, RJ Murphy, Scotty Fox, Casey Schreiner, Jessica Bias, Bill Davis, Joe Vitale, Heather Elliott, General Rogue, Craig Williams, Cherry Capital Shadow Seekers. That's Jamie Hunt and Daniel Everson. They've been in the chat all night long. Thank you very much for your support. They make this happen. They make it possible. If you want to be a part of that, you can go to patreon.com/supportinterfacedeath. The link is in the video description. And that's it. That's where I'm going to leave it. You guys have a good night. I will post up a poll for the next topic that we will talk about. Maybe we will do these freestyles occasionally. So let me know if you like this show and want me to do it again. So you guys have a good night. Stick around for the video promotions. As always, we'll see you next time. Do you have that drive? That morbid curiosity to explore the darkness? Do you have what it takes to brave the night? You do? Good.
Deadlight, for those who aren't afraid to see what lurks in the night. fuck, dude?
Whoa.
That's weird.
You didn't do anything, right?
No, I just turned.
Justin too close?
No,
No, he opened that door and it went off.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you just run out of there?
I can feel you still dreaming, teeming with eternal will. I can hear you now, pondering, wandering around somehow.
We know you're here.
What was that?
I heard it.
That was downstairs.
Are you down there? Not afraid. We know what it feels like to walk in the darkness.
Side effects of prolonged isolation, paranoia, depression, helplessness. In 3
what do you think of this piece of evidence?
I think by far it's the best piece of evidence we have seen here.
That's flat out amazing. And that's something we've never captured.
Oh, wow.
What?